If you run an info business doing anywhere from 20 to 100K a month, I'm going to be telling you the few reasons why you probably can't break past that 150K a month mark. And I've seen this throughout multiple offers, and most offers we even took up to 200, 300, and even getting close to 400K a month. So let me run you through everything. And the first problem that holds most offers back is pretty obvious, but it's going to be lead flow. And obviously, if you don't have leads, you can't close anyone and you can't make money. And typically, this is a problem because you're not running a good enough content strategy. So you don't have enough, Instagram posts going out. But a lot of times with what I see with smaller offer owners doing anywhere from 20 to 100K a month is they're not even posting that many CTAs. They're slacking off with their story sequences. They're barely posting reels, or they're straight up just posting just top of funnel content that's only going to attract the wrong viewers. And they're not actually posting any real value. They're not nurturing their leads with YouTube. They're not redirecting anyone over there. And they're not really converting, and they're leaving so much money on the table because the only leads that are going to come in are leads that are straight up just reaching out to you because they're interested. And that's great because you're going to get qualified leads through that, but there's going to be so much money left on the table, and it's going to be crucial while trying to actually get up to that point where you can do, multiple six figures a month. Next up is going to be lead quality. So a big problem with lead quality, once you start posting content and you get a lot of people in, is you're going to open the floodgates and you're going to have very inconsistent, unqualified leads. And if you're an offer owner, you're taking 8 calls a day and you're only getting 1 qualified call for those 8 calls, obviously, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get mad. You're going to want to shut down your offer. You're not going to know what's going on. So what we do and how we fix this is by having actual optimized funnel with the right targeting where people are getting on these sales calls, knowing that it's not necessarily a sales call, but they know it's a call to inquire about the mentorship, and they actually know they need to have some money to work with it. So this is a byproduct of adding friction within the funnel and also having the right copywriting systems as well. But basically, with a funnel, typically it looks like, obviously you have the video sales letters, so the VSL, basically explaining what's going to happen and why you should book in a call, what the mentorship even looks like. You have some case studies. You have some more breakout videos, such as like real social proof, so they can see it. And this establishes trust where people will come on almost not ready to buy, but they'll come on actually understanding and resonating with you as an offer owner. And then in the type form, after they actually try to book in the call, there will be a type form, and there needs to be qualifying, qualities in there. So there needs to be qualifying questions that are going to actually make sure that people are going to be through that have money. And then typically what we see is when somebody books in, they're unqualified, we'll just redirect them somewhere else. We'll redirect them to a low ticket package or just redirect them to an opt-in list or a waiting list. Next up is going to be sales bottlenecks. So you have a lead flow, you have lead quality, but your closers are closing at 15 to 20%. Well, that is why sales staffing and management is so important. Because if you have a closer closing at 60% organic traffic, how are you ever going to scale to paid traffic? So if you have 10 calls and you have 6 live calls, 60% show rate, and 1 is getting closed at 4K, you're making 4K a day. If you get a better closer in and you close 3 a day, well, now you're making an extra 8K a day, not changing anything, not changing the leads, just getting a better sales process in. Obviously, it's just an example, but it can really, really accelerate your business when you have the right sales staffing and management in. There's also going to be a byproduct of the SDRs. So setters are very, very important. Your setters actually need to understand the offer and they need to be good at sales and they actually need to have work ethic. There's so many offers where I see they have one setter and that setter's working 2 to 3 hours a day and they wonder why they can't get past 100K a month. Obviously, if you don't have a setter reaching out to every single lead and actually taking care of it and reaching out to leads after the sales calls and following up with people, well, you're going to leave a whole lot of money on the table for your offer. So getting in the right sales reps is going to actually be very important for your offer. Next up is going to be expansion. So a lot of people just don't understand how actually to expand their offer, where it's just the offer owner just taking the calls. They're taking 5, 6 calls a day. Maybe they're doing 50 to 60K a month, but they don't really know where to go from there. Well, that's going to come from delegating. So getting the right systems in place, obviously hiring sales reps, but you need to expand. So you can expand in a few ways. You can expand by going into paid traffic. You can also expand by doing paid webinars. So I'll get into this on another video. But expansion is the very, very, very big thing when it comes to actually scaling your offer. And the way we expand is by tracking our data. So making decisions based on actually what we're seeing and then doubling the inputs so we can actually have a clear path of scalability. So you don't actually have to worry about, hey, if I up the ad spend or if I post more content or if I get another closer, is the whole offer going to go downhill or what's going to happen? We can actually track this based on the right data systems. So if you don't have somebody actively tracking your data and you don't have an extensive data system in, you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. Last but not least, and probably the most important thing is going to be sticking to organic. So obviously you need to get paid traffic in, but to get paid traffic in, you need to have all of these right. You have to have the funnel optimization. You have to have the sales staffing and management on point. You need to have good ass sales reps. You need to have all the right onboarding systems. You need to have all the right pre-call assets, back-end selling systems, the perfect copywriting, maybe not perfect, all of the operations and automations. You have to have everything affluent to your offer to actually scale and go to paid traffic because paid traffic is a whole different ballgame. So your shitty organic systems are not going to work with paid traffic. So if you want someone to actually help you with this and walk you through the entire process on a rev share basis, let me know. Book in a call. I'd be happy to see if we can even help you out. But let me know if you got some value from that video. And yeah, peace.